before we even talk about that, why to speak slowly or steadily when talking in English or in any other language, not just English, even when we are talking in our mother tongue, our native language, Hindi, Marathi, Bengali, we need to talk slowly and steadily. But why not fast? Sometimes, even when your kids, they are speaking very fast, you tell them, go slow, go slow. I'm not able to understand what you're saying. If they are very excited and they will come to you and they go, Papa, what happened? Mom, what happened? And they will just, ramble quickly, incessantly, they will speak. But you tell them to slow down because you're not able to understand what they are saying, even when they're talking in your native language. So why not fast? The first reason, the pressure on yourself. When you speak fast, there is a kind of pressure on yourself that, I need to complete this within the given time. That nervousness hovers around you, that people are listening to me, people are looking at me, they are observing me. So I need to come out of that uncomfortable situation as soon as possible. So that is why if you speak fast, you are putting pressure on yourself. So you need to release that pressure by speaking slowly and steadily. And then less control over your own mouth. You have very less control over your thoughts, over your words, because as soon as you are able to catch, okay, I want to use this word, I want to speak this word, immediately your mind is giving you few more words and they are getting overlapped. So you have a very less control on your thoughts and your words, and the connection between your thoughts and words gets disrupted. And you may end up committing mistakes. Committing mistakes, generally we consider this English nahi aati hai. My English is poor. And we tag ourselves as bad English speakers. Now, committing mistakes is not only concerned with your grammatical mistakes, with your pronunciation mistakes. It can also mean going off the topic, speaking something irrelevant, or getting disorganized. That is also a part of English communication. That is why we must not go fast. Then, next, it makes you look more disorganized. Obviously, when your words are not matching your thoughts, when your content is disorganized, when you're not able to make your point, it makes your speech, moreover, it makes you a disorganized person. And you are not able to leave an impact, which you want to. We always say we speak to express, not to impress. But what if we can do both? Why not do both? Express as well as speak impressively. Why not speak impressively as well? When you speak fast, your thoughts are not matching your words. You may commit mistakes. So you lose that impression. Then, audience has a harder time. Oh my God, this is the most important one. You don't want to lose your listeners. You don't want to lose your audience. You want people to listen to you, hooked when you're speaking. When you go fast, when you are disorganized, when you lose control you lose connection between your thoughts and your words, people will end up saying, "Kehna kya chahte ho?" What do you want to say? They will not understand. And they will have a tough time trying to understand you, trying to comprehend what you want to say. So don't be hard on your audience. Love your audience. If you are not organizing your thoughts, if you're not working on your speed, then obviously you're losing your audience. And then it weakens your impact. We all want to be impactful, powerful, expressive, super speakers. And if we are not doing all this, then we are weakening our impact. We are losing our listeners. Maybe they are giving attention to you. Maybe you are in a position, you are a senior in your subordinates, giving presentation in front of your subordinates. They will listen to you, but minds will be wandering somewhere else because they are not understanding what they are listening. So we don't want to lose our audience. We don't want to weaken the impact. And then coming to the most important thing, how does speaking slow help us? So the first thing, it relaxes you. It gives you control on your thoughts and your words. You are able to recollect your thoughts. You don't skip any point which you want to make. You are relaxed and you are in control. Then words have more weight and power. When you are speaking, what is the currency? What is the currency you are using? What is the currency you are spending while speaking? Anyone? Can I have some answers in the chat? What is the currency that you are spending while speaking? What is the currency? While shopping, the currency you are spending is the notes, is the rupees, or maybe whatever currency is there. So while speaking, the currency which you spend, what is the currency? Any idea? Thoughts. Bala sir says thoughts. Anyone else? Yeah, right, Jagdeep sir. The currency which you are spending while speaking is your words, and your words are precious. So use them properly. Use the correct words. And that is only possible when you speak slowly and steadily. The highest, the most famous public speakers, they speak very slowly. And they don't necessarily use fancy vocabulary because they want their listeners to understand what they are saying. Even when they are the native speakers of English, you will find them speaking slowly. So let your words have more weight, have more power. Go slow. Each and every word should be powerful. It should be able to create an impact on your audience. Don't spend your currency while speaking unnecessarily. And then, yes, it is easy for the audience. If you speak slowly, if you speak steadily, your audience becomes your fan. Because they are able to understand each and every word, whatever you are telling them. So they like you, they want to hear you, and they get hooked. They are connected. They feel that connect, and they listen to you with all ears and attention. They pay attention to what you are saying. And not only that, you are following the most important rule of communication. With this part, if you make it easy for your audience, you will be able to make your audience act, or maybe feel, or maybe you can make them do what you want them to do, how you want them to feel. Only if your audience can understand. So it becomes easy for your audience to just go step by step and understand what you are saying. And then when you speak slow, you again are going to incorporate the most important thing of communication, which is adding emotions, passion, and emphasis. You make each and every word count. You make each and every word powerful. Just give me a moment. Let me change my network. There's some glitch at my end. Okay, I hope I'm audible clearly. Yeah, thank you. Then you can manage your pacing. When you go slow, pacing is very important in public speaking. We all know, right? Sometimes fast, sometimes slow. So going slow doesn't mean that you go slow all the time. When you speak slowly and steadily, you are able to manage that up and down of speed. At some time when you're speaking in motivational words, something, you can go fast. You can again go slow. But only if you have that in mind that, okay, now I'm going to speak slow. I'm not going to rush. You'll be able to manage that speed. Otherwise, you will be talking just in one speed. And then, last but not the least, as you sound confident, you sound knowledgeable. The person listening to you understands that, yes, whatever topic this person is discussing, he has proper information, proper knowledge about this topic. And we are here, we are blessed, we are here to collect something from this person. He's definitely going to help us to improve. Because people join only when they think that you can help them in some way or the other. Right now, 10 people, leaving me 9 people are here in the meeting. So your time is precious, sir. You are spending your time with me only when you understand that, okay, some benefit or the other I will get in today's session. So it makes you sound knowledgeable. It makes you sound confident. And nobody wants to listen to a person who is nervous, who is low in confidence. Nobody wants to listen. So it is very important to follow the rule that, yes, you need to speak slowly, you need to speak steadily. So the next important thing is, any doubts till here? Any questions till here? Any point, any question coming in your mind? You may type in the chat, or you may also turn on your mic and speak. Any question? Yes, sir? Any question?
Going really well. Going really well. Really well. Understood.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. So the next thing is very important, how to do it. We know how to speak. We know that we need to speak slowly and steadily, but how to do it? So the first thing we need to do is breath control and proper breathing. Proper breathing. Breathing exercises are, they are like blood, they are like oxygen for the speakers. You need to have proper air in your lungs. Sometimes you must have noticed when you're speaking, when you're getting out of breath, you tend to speak very fast so that I can complete the sentence as soon as before I lose my breath, before I again breathe in some air. So you need to control your breathing. You need to do proper breathing exercises. Your lungs capacity has to increase. So what we call pranayam is very helpful for speakers. And then time management. Now, what do we mean by time management over here? See, this time management is, maybe we cannot put this in the context of impromptu conversation or maybe informal conversation. But this is very important when you are giving a presentation or a speech. So you need to time each and every part of your presentation so that you don't end up rushing at any point. Everything, every bullet point, every sub point should be timed up. And this makes you a star. People say, ma'am, har baar practice karna zaruri hai kya? Not for impromptu communication, not for maybe informal communication, but when you're giving presentation, when you're giving a speech, why not be prepared? Why not? Preparation doesn't mean you go word by word, you cram everything. But writing down the bullet points is always helpful. It is always a backup. And it is always suggestive. And then mid-speech correction. What do we mean by mid-speech correction? See, this comes through practice. Speaking slowly and steadily. It's not just like a magic wand or a magic potion ki okay, aaj bola pee liya, kal se I will start speaking slowly and steadily. It comes through practice. So when you are speaking and suddenly you realize, oh, I'm going really fast. At that very moment, you can check yourself and you can correct your pace. Maybe again you start going fast because you're nervous, or maybe your thoughts are running faster than your words. Get control of yourself. Slowly and steadily, this will become your muscle memory and you will not be required to check yourself. And you will not be required, it will become a habit. So even if you're going fast, check yourself, again control your pace. So mid-speech correction is very good. It's like, it can be done whenever you realize. And then pauses work like magic. Even the most accepted public speakers, most celebrated public speakers use pauses magically. Pauses have, you can recollect your thoughts. You can create drama. You can emphasize a point using pauses. They are very impactful. Whenever you make a strong point, take a pause. Let the audience absorb that point. If you make points after points, human focus is limited. Maybe the next point you make is stronger than the first one. So they will immediately forget that. So your words are getting wasted, and we want to save our currency. We don't want to waste it. So it is very important that you use pauses dramatically. It's very important. In the beginning, it may not be easy. Even a slight pause of maybe 1 or 2 seconds, you may feel I'm on silence. And that silence will seem to you very long as a speaker. But trust me, it works wonders. Through practice, you can incorporate pauses in your speech and you can create a wonderful impact. So it's really important. Whenever you make a strong point, take a pause. And then be precise. When you are very crisp, when you are not repeating your points, when you are not talking unnecessarily on the same point, you are just reiterating the point again and again. When you're not doing this, your speech becomes crisp. Your presentation becomes precise, concise. And that is what is required. We don't want you to go on speaking. People don't have time. They want bullet points. They want small packages. It's an era of small packing. We want instant noodles. We want quick service. So give them quick service. Don't stretch the point too much. Be precise. Again, save your currency, save your words. It's very important to save your currency. So this is very important and it comes through practice. Now coming to the next very important point, slow or boring. Sometimes in the race of being slow, we become boring. We sound monotonous, dull. So there is a very thin line between being slow and being boring. Now, what is the difference between being slow and being boring? Being slow means that, yes, I'm working on my thoughts, I'm recollecting my thoughts, I'm organizing my thoughts, I'm synchronizing my ideas, and I'm presenting them beautifully. That is being slow. I value my audience. I want my audience to understand what I'm saying. I value their time. I'm trying to be precise. But boring means that I'm not putting the spice in my speech. And what is the spice of your speech? The spice of your speech is your emotions, your expressions, your intonation, your pitch, your tone is the spice. That is required when you are speaking in front of people, not only in professional life, even in your personal and social communications. That spice is required. So being slow doesn't mean you sound monotonous. You need not accept monotone. When are you monotonous? When are you boring? When you are speaking in a monotone. And speaking in a monotone means you are not changing your volume, you're not changing your speed, you're not changing your pitch or tone. So we need not be monotonous. So how to sound interesting? How can we sound? What should I do to sound interesting? What all should I incorporate? What all should I practice to sound interesting? So this is something which we are going to take up in the next session. Or you can also read my book, where in one of the chapters, I have mentioned how can I sound interesting in personal as well as for professional and social communication. Or you can wait for next Monday, when we will discuss how can we sound interesting.
Yeah, actually, one question, please. Uh, what I learned once that there is something called birds per minute. You have to go as per that. That these many birds per minute you should speak. Then you are speaking at appropriate rate. Actually, figures I don't remember. So if we go slow, right, will that be
See,
not? Yeah.
actually, what happens, Jagdeep sir? For everything, we have created some kind of guidelines are there for everything. So this kind of thing is there. Okay, words per minute should be 120 to 150, 121, or maybe somewhere 120 to 150. But this is up to you. It's not that if you go slower at some place, I told you, it's not going slow always. That ways you will become monotonous. We don't want to become monotonous. Going slow means you are not going so fast that you are not able to catch hold of your thoughts and words. And you're not going so fast that your audience is not able to get hold of what you're saying. Words per minute is just a guideline, but that doesn't mean that if you are fast at some place, okay, somewhere I'm speaking at the rate of 180 words per minute, and some place I'm speaking at the rate of 115 words per minute. So it doesn't make any difference. आपने ECG machine देखी sir? Have you ever observed an ECG machine?
Yes.
How does it go? It goes like this. And
Yeah.
the moment it goes like this, what happens?
Yeah.
The
Then you're
person is
dead.
off. The person is off.
Yeah.
Similarly, the moment you talk in the same pace or maybe tone, your speech is dead. And the person listening to you loses interest.
Okay. Yeah. Got it.
Okay? So you
Yeah.
need to speak slow, but it doesn't mean that you need to be slow all the time. Going slow means having control of your thoughts. Going slow means that be slow so that you don't lose on the ideas and the thoughts which you want to express. Getting
Yeah.
my point?
Okay. Yeah. Fine. Yeah, got it.
Okay. Any other questions?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
I just wanted to ask one thing, ma'am. Suppose we are in a group discussion and very some limited people are there. For example, 5 to 10 people are there in a group discussion, and we have been given a very limited time to discuss on the topic. In such case, it becomes a little bit difficult when we speak very slow, madam. Because if we start speaking in a very slow pace, other people would be there to take over the space, madam. Then there is an issue we find itself. In such cases, what should we do, madam? Is there any way to?
Yes, sir, definitely. First thing, as you said, if I speak too slow, right? So you don't have to speak too slow. You have to speak slowly and steadily. Steadily means, what do we mean by steady? Sadhawa, right? In a controlled way. So you don't have to speak too slow. And then if you speak fast, do you think your speech in that group discussion will make any sense? We want to create an impact. So here again, stick to the rule of 3. Collect or maybe just make 3 bullet points in your mind and speak only on those points. Even in a group discussion, don't speak much. Whatever you are speaking should be crisp, should be impactful. Choose 3 best points. Maybe you have a lot of ideas going on in your mind, but choose top 3 and then speak on them. Again, rule of 3. For those 3 points also, choose 3 explanations or 3 sub points. Follow the rule of 3. Don't go for a detailed explanation. Or if you are choosing only 1 bullet point, okay, I'll speak only on this. Rule of 3. Explain it with 3 sub points. This works. This works wonders.